It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see a rematch from Super Bowl 12. It's the Denver Broncos and the Dallas Cowboys, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the heart of Texas and the spectacular AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we got a couple of teams who love to throw the football. And you know how guys say, hey, we're not going against the other offense. We're going against the other team's defense. Greg, these star wide receivers, you know they're watching what the other guy does on the field here today.
Oh, in their minds, there's no question. They are competing against one another, and I think that's what makes this league so fun is when these guys, they know each other, they study each other, they work together in the off seasons. A lot of times they're friends, but come game day, there is no question. At the end of this one, yes, they want their teams to win, but when they put their two box scores up next to each other, there's going to be some bragging rights come this offseason.
Here's the veteran Will Lutz to get us going. And off we go from spectacular AT&T Stadium. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. They are led out by their quarterback, Dak Prescott.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from their opening whistle.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. A first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. He'll work forward for a couple. Alex Singleton, there on the tackle. Second down and 8. They'll go again with Williams. And a good tackle out wide will hold him to a gain of just 3. Here now, 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Prescott. He'll try to run for it.
Really nice job here, not only avoiding the rush on 3rd down, but quickly finding that crease, get downfield, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Now Prescott. He'll get that complete. It's George Pickens. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
He's got a man. It's CeeDee Lamb. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Here's a handoff to Williams. Yards are hard to come by there. We'll work it down to the 37-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Dak. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
On 3rd down, Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
Aubrey's kick is good. And the Cowboys will take a 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
Points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. Here comes the Denver offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led by the man from Oregon who started his career at Auburn, quarterback Bo Nix.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year 2. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year 2, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year 2 is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
He connects with Mims.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. On the ground, this is Jaleel McLaughlin. And he's up past the 35. He's got a 1st down. Putting down at the 37.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, here's Nix to throw. He's got his receiver. It's Cortland Sutton. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Your tight end motioning left here. They'll run with the former Golden Domer, Audric Estime. He'll take this for a couple, but the official signal, he has enough. 1st down.
I'll pick up the 2 yards. 1st down, Denver.
They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And he's going to be taken down, but not until he reaches the 20-yard line. Now, after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. first and 10. Slot man in motion left. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And the Broncos are going to have a first and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. It's the Cowboys with the early edge. We're back to Arlington in a moment. This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's first and goal. This one caught at the 4. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be second and goal.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Second down. Nix. That's hauled in at the 2. And he'll take it on in. Jaleel McLaughlin. Touchdown, Broncos. The quarterback, with all of his eligible receivers available, uses the back out of the backfield that time, Greg, to take it to the end zone.
And when your running back, Mike, is a valid threat in the passing game, man, it just gives you so many options. And in this case, it was the running back that was the open target. He's able to put the pass on the money. Easy 6 points.
Will Lutz now for the PAT. The kick is good. And the Broncos move out to a 7-3 lead. So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. They play it short, take it at the 15-yard line. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. The Cowboys offense ready to see the football for the second time. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with first and 10. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Second down, Prescott. He's going to keep it himself. Dak wisely hits the deck at the end, but he slides after picking up the first down.
And this is what you like to see if you're the head coach. Not only does your quarterback know exactly where that first down marker is, he's able to pick up the first down, but then get himself on the ground. He avoids the big hit and picks up the first down.
Dak going to throw it here on first down. He'll get that to Javonte Williams. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league, and it results in a negative play.
That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. What a good choice to get out and run. That's a pickup of 18 and a first down.
And that just can't happen. 3rd and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long first down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. A throw on the move is caught. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Prescott now. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Well, just one of those plays. There's just nowhere to go with the ball. He decides to try to make a run for it and extend the play. But unfortunately, the defense had him accounted for as well. Gets what he can, gives himself up, brings up 4th down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cowboys are back within 1. It's 7-6.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. On the return, here's Mims. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting ready to go back to work. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. They'll run. This is McLaughlin. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. Here's a 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun. It's Nix. Got a man over the middle. There's Sutton.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this
into space. That long one's going to bring them first and goal. He is brought down at the 5-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Five yards from the house. They've got it first and goal. From the shotgun, here's Nix. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up second and goal.
This is a pass that just needs to be completed, Mike. The opportunity was there. His guy was open. They ran out of room a little bit there on the sideline. Couldn't quite get the ball up and down fast enough, and ends up being thrown out of bounds.
He's got his big tight end, Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Denver.
And this is where it pays to have a strong arm to throw this sort of outbreaking route, Mike, towards the boundary in tight coverage. You got to have a lot of faith that you're going to get that ball there. If you're a little late or this ball is underthrown, it could result in a pick six the other direction. Instead, he fires it and he puts it on a line, and the result is a touchdown.
Lutz for the extra point. He's got it. The Broncos are going to open up the lead to 8.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. To throw is Dak. Got a man over the middle. It's Pickens. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Prescott. He'll find his tight end. That's Jake Ferguson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Throwing is Prescott. He's got a man open. That's Colbert. And he's going to have a first down. They get into field goal range here at the 29.
This is a great example, Mike, of just how effective it is when you're efficient on early downs throwing the ball. I mean, when you can pick up first downs without getting to 3rd down, as the game unfolds, things just get easier and easier. Take what the defense is giving you. Don't force the ball downfield. But when you can stay ahead of the chains without having to get to 3rd and have it plays, that's when an offense is really firing.
Toward the sideline, that's pulled in by Lamb.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
They face 2nd down and 7. To the air again, Prescott. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
For the Cowboys field goal, a 44-yard attempt.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Cowboys are back within 5.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Final second now of this first half as this one is away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
30-yard line.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we reach halftime here, and the visiting Broncos are on top. As we'll send you over to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by. He's got the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports halftime report. These two teams ready for the second half, and so are we. So let's get you back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense looking to get back to work as we begin this 3rd quarter. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this 1st down. A run now with McLaughlin. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Nix to throw. He's going to tuck it and go. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
On the ground, McLaughlin. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. second down and 3. Now Nick's going to look to throw. Got it into the hands of Mims. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
They run on the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of that. They get him down behind the line.
I'm thinking, Mike, they might have had a little tendency on him or been tipped off pre-snap, because it seemed to me like that defense was just ready and waiting for the jet sweep. There wasn't a whole lot he could do. He takes the loss.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. This one complete to Sutton. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
A run here, it's McLaughlin. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. They get the conversion on 3rd and inches.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
Ball sitting at the 7, 1st and goal. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. Here's a run to the 5-yard line. Here now, 2nd down and goal. Here's a designed run. And he will take it in himself. Bo Nix. Touchdown, Broncos. The dual threat of the quarterback. When you have one that can run, why not use him, especially down here, Greg? And they punch it in for the touchdown.
There's nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than down here near the goal line when he can call his own number. And in this case, that's exactly what he does, and he's able to take it in himself.
Here's Lutz now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Broncos will extend this 3rd quarter lead.
Cowboys 9.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. The return starts at the 13. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Pistol now for Prescott. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. A give, and here comes Williams. And he'll work ahead for about 5 to the 25. Third and long. From the shotgun, it's Dak. Taking off, and he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Broncos offense and Jaleel McLaughlin head back onto the field. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. They'll begin here on the ground. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. The All-Pro Micah Parsons there for the stop. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 9. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Back to throw is Nix. And that is incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
A short throw caught by Ferguson. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and The age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
First down, Prescott. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards.
Tackled back at the 26-yard line.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
A gain of 2 makes it 3rd and 11.
A shotgun snap for Prescott. This is caught at the 2. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the 4th quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's 1st and goal.
He was looking for George Pickens there, and it'll lead to a 2nd and goal.
It's hard to play that ball any better than the way that defender did right there. I mean, to stay patient throughout the entire play and make sure that not only are you in prime position to make it, but then once the ball is there, attack it, knock it down, and save a touchdown.
And he will score! Game on! Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Cowboys. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. He gets it to go. The Cowboys have cut the deficit to 5. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. On the return, here's Mims. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Throwing, Nix. The catch made there by Sutton. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Now, a 2nd down throw for Nix. That one caught Devon Vele. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
First down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Here's 1st and 10. I'll give on the ground. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. And we'll see a timeout used by the defense, stopping it right out of the break. 1:57 to go in the game. They'll stick with him again. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. And now at 1:52, the defense will pull the plug there as they take a timeout. Right back to him on 1st down. Cowboys going to use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. They'll turn and hand this one off. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Quick throw here is complete. 2nd time they've connected on this drive, and 19 yards out of this one.
And after that 1st down throw, Mike, it's really a deflating moment of the defense. They understood the urgency of getting off the field and getting the ball back to their offense. Here we are under 2 minutes in a 1-possession game.
Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it is a win for the visiting Broncos. They proved much the best in this one. To get a solid performance in all 3 phases of the game and ride that to victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.